before they see the bill at the end of this video will think that 180 euros is expensive for this menu. But look at this product. This spoon is worth 30 euros on its own, and I'm not joking. If I found out who made this, they can have all my money. Hi guys, I'm Pablo Calezali from Dining with Pablo. The only thing stable in my life is hunger, and today I bring a new visit. I'm standing in front of the amazing Mandarin Oriental Ritz. Right here, we will find the great chef Quique Dacosta, who has opened many restaurants, but I want to start at Deessa with 2 E's and 2 S's. A restaurant which captures all of his knowledge, and he has brought part of the staff from his 3 Michelin Star in Denia. I will meet him and ask him which menu he wants me to try. Come with me inside to see what the menu includes, how much it costs, and if the food is good. Let's go! Dear friends, I'm already sitting here at the table in Deessa, one of the restaurants in the Mandarin Oriental Ritz. The space is absolutely fantastic, luxurious, and I'm shocked by the amount of staff there is, how good they are at welcoming the client, and this is magical. I hope that the magic is also reflected in the food. I can tell that the tableware is chosen very carefully. The table is made of marble, there's a beautiful glass, and they give you an envelope to put your mask inside. They even offer you the menu, which is very original with this porcelain figure. Once you open it, you will find a welcome message, which I've already read, and I like it. It prepares you for what's to come. You will also find the 2 taste menus that they have. One of the options is the Menú Históricos Quique Dacosta, where you will be able to find most of the dishes that have made Quique Dacosta well known and that have given him the Michelin stars in his restaurant in Denia. We have smoked eel, seashell sam, red tuna and sterimos, caviar, Denia red prawn of course, Ray and black butter sauce, smoked rice. This menu costs 180 euros, which I think is a very good price. I've always admired Quique Dacosta, even though I've never tried his food in a high-end restaurant. I've tried the food in one of them in Valencia, which costs 30 to 40 euros per person, but this menu is an option to consider. The other menu is one specifically made for this hotel, and it includes new creations, where we can see options as oyster and celery aspic, turbot in sherry sauce, moro risotto, and it's very interesting. In fact, I think I like it as much as the first one. I've been chatting to Quique Dacosta himself, and he recommended to try the contemporary menu, and his wishes are my commands. I'm very intrigued to see how it is. Oh, here I have serviettes. I thought it was a hidden dish. Let's start with the first dish of the menu. It's an appetizer by the size of it. It's a star with a Béarnaise sauce, which is made of butter. It also has trout eggs, which I figure are inside the elaboration. And it also has a green dust on top, which I don't remember the name of. You're supposed to eat it with your hands, and they told me to be careful because it can break very easily, and I'm an expert in that. So let's see how it goes. I didn't expect this. I honestly didn't expect this. It's crunchy on the inside, and it has the sauce and the trout eggs inside. The flavor is exquisite. It had an element of surprise. What more can I ask for? Let's try another starter. Here I have a chili soup with smoked eel. They told me that behind all of this foam, I'm going to find pieces of tomato, smoked eel, and brioche bread. I'm very intrigued by this dish. And I have to admit that when I saw it on the other menu, I thought that if it wasn't included in this contemporary menu, I would have probably not chosen it. But it's my lucky day because it's in both menus, and I hope it's very tasty. Wow. It's spectacular. Wow, it's very, very good. It has sour touches and I love it. I love sourness. And there is one, I think, hazelnut, which is very curious. Excuse me, does it have hazelnut?
No, cacahuete tostado.
Oh, peanuts. Well, there you have it. I was convinced it was hazelnut. I can sense the chili now. And this dish changes a lot in each bite, and I'm loving it. I do have to say though, that if there weren't any bits in here, it would be like eating air. But the taste is amazing. It's fantastic. I'm realizing that I made a huge mistake when booking a table here, because from now on, when I go to this type of restaurant, I'm going to have to add a note for them to prepare bread for me. I haven't done it, so I'm going to order it now. This was great. Excuse me, could you please bring some bread? Thank you. Here's a tip for you guys. If you come here, add a note in the booking asking for bread. If you don't want to wait for 3 minutes, which seem like hours, days, or even years. Here we have another dish which I have to eat with my hands. This is a shisho leaf in tempura and red tuna, which has been marinated. It also has katsuobushi, which I explain what it is in many other videos, and some other things which I don't remember, but I can see some sort of mayonnaise, which is made with pimentón de la vera, I just remembered. And I have to eat it carefully with my hands. So you already know what's going to happen. I haven't even lifted it off the plate. My review on Google Maps would be that the food is good but hard to eat. Wow, this tempura is amazing. The best one I've ever had. Wow, wow, wow. I'm about to ask them to make a tortilla de camarones for me. Wow, it's very good. I think it also has some sort of seaweed. It's a sea elaboration without being too much, and I really like it. Everything is very good at the moment, so let's see if it continues that way. Right now, I want to leave. Look at the plates I have here, extreme minimalism, and they still haven't brought the bread. Oh, here is the bread. I was worried because I timed the 3 minutes and it hadn't arrived yet. A lot of people, whenever they see the bill at the end of this video, will think that 180 euros is expensive for this menu. But look at this product. This spoon is worth 30 euros on its own, and I'm not joking. I recorded a video about caviar a while ago, and there are caviars worth 5,000 or even more. So we have to know the product we're eating and where we are eating it. Let's try this. I'm going to wear this serviette just in case, so let's start. Let's clean the palate. I can't believe it. I've dropped water on the caviar. I'm completely stupid. You already know that I'm a country boy. Let's start with the caviar. Don't ask for the names because I can't remember all of them. This is beluga. Whoa, what a texture and intensity. I love it. Next one, the one with the water. Very watery, very different and much more salty. Let's try this yogurt bread. What is this? Who thinks about making a yogurt bread? Wow, I love this. Let's try this cream. Wow. I'm enjoying this a lot. I will have to come back for the other menu. The caviar made in China is precisely the one that I'd like the least. The flavor is good, but the texture is more dense than the other ones. But it's still very good. No one's going to charge and say that they don't like it. It's not as good as the other ones, but it's good. I have a lot going on my table. Let's try the mujo legs. This is weird. It's weird and I like it at the same time. You have to think less and feel more. It's curious. My hands are going to smell like a fish market by the end of this. Let's try this. They've given me a good spoonful. Wow, this is different. This is risky for some palates because there are a lot of deep marine flavors. They are very, very intense. I like them, but sometimes it's a bit too much for me. In this case, it's right on the limit. I don't know what to eat, there's so many things. Let's try the trout eggs. I'm a bit confused because I don't know what spoon to use. It's salmon, not trout. The texture is great. It's very different and it's very soft intensity-wise compared with the rest I've tried in other occasions. They're good. They don't have a lot of juice in them. Well guys, let's continue with the menu. Sorry guys, there was something missing. The eel and chili soup, which I have to finish off with the bread. Wow, this is very good. It brings back memories. I'm dying to try these prawns. Wow, this looks amazing. Wow, this is great. It's sweet. Trust me, it's sweet. This is one of the best things I've ever had. Wow, it's very good. It's very, very good. It has a beautiful color, it weighs quite a bit, and it's very easy to peel. Look at it, it's huge. I have no words. And this is very good. It tastes like the broth of a rice. I'm going crazy. I can't come back here because they'll lock me up. The head's juice is so good that I don't want to waste any of it. Oh my god, it's delicious. Wow, these prawns. If anyone that works here is watching this, if I ever come back, you can serve more of these prawns. I will eat them all. Look at it. It's huge. I have no words. They're magical. Let's continue with this menu. Here we have a kind of soup that has oysters, celery, and apple. The dish is beautiful, and I hope I like it. It has some sort of spheres that I don't know what they are, and they are frozen, which makes the texture cool, but they're cold. This is not one of the best bites in the menu, but it isn't disappointing me. It has a lot of textures, you can taste the sea, and I have to admit that the more I eat it, the more I like it. But it's not the best of today. However, it's included in the menu, so I've eaten it. Obviously, I'm going to finish it off with a bit of bread. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, here we have the rogaballo, which lies on top of a sherry bed and sherry vinegar pearls. This fish bone is edible, and it's made with rice paper. My role here today is to eat it, so let's see how it tastes. The base is risky. It tastes a lot of wine. I'm not a big fan of it. The rodaballo has a weird texture and I wouldn't know how they've prepared it, but it doesn't taste like other ones I've tried before, and it's clearly not the best one I've had. The texture is very weird. It's not bad and I don't dislike it, but it's weird. Taste-wise, all of the elements combine very well. The vinegar gives it a great touch. It's not my favorite dish, as you can probably tell. I'm very transparent and you would notice if I'm lying. But it's healthy and edible. By the way, I didn't like the base of this dish, so I'm not using a bread. I imagine that you already know who Quique Dacosta is, or you may have heard of him. But Quique Dacosta is a very well-known chef in Spain for his cooking in general, but also for his talent cooking rice. He makes amazing rice cooked with firewood, which is a rice with morels. Morels are a type of gourmet mushroom, and in this case they've made the rice with them and a thin layer on top of milk, which is coated with butter spheres. The dish visually stands out a lot, and I hope it also stands out taste-wise. Wow, this changes a lot when you open it. Let's taste it. I know this expression is only used with pasta, but the rice is al dente. It's more on the hard side, and I don't like it when it's this hard, but I understand that it's how they cook it here, and who am I to judge? Something that has surprised me with this first bite is that it's super intense. The rice is very intense. You don't miss any flavor in it. The butter spheres are perfectly applied to the dish, because if you take in every bite and the feeling it gives you, they are there to reduce the intensity of the rice, which is very high. When you mix both elements, it balances out, which is something that you look for in every restaurant you go to. Let's continue eating. By the way, there's a lot of rice. You can't compare it to an arroceria or a restaurant where you eat for 25 euros, but in this case, being a taste menu, it's very good in quantity. We live in a very small world. A waiter has come up to me, who was very nice by the way, and who knows the dishes perfectly, and he told me that the woman that works with the pastry told him that I don't like chocolate. And he said it to see if I wanted to change any dish. I'm telling you this not to show off, but to let you know that if you ever come to a restaurant like this and you don't like one of the dishes, let them know. because they will change it for you. Don't feel obliged to eat it. Most of the times, they change the dishes according to the products that are available, and they can also change them according to your preferences. And that is my advice of the day. Let's try this meat, which is a must. And here we have beef mollejas, which have a broth with an infusion of meat and Jack Daniel's wood. Let's try it and see how it tastes. I'm recording this in July, but it has a lot of autumn vibes with these colors and these mushrooms. The dish is beautiful. The texture is very soft, and you can notice how it intensifies with the mushrooms. You can tell that there's a lot of work behind these dishes. I only have positive comments. I can't say anything else. By the way, if I'm being very honest, I want to tell you something. If I finished the menu with this dish, I would be satisfied. When you see the menu, it doesn't seem like a lot, and you think that you will be hungry after it. But as you go eating and having bread, you could perfectly finish here. I always have to finish with something sweet, but I feel okay and the dishes skill you up. I'm finishing this dish due to my pride, but I know that it's going to be harder to digest later and I want to go to the gym. However, my point is that do not judge a book by its cover because it's a lot of food. This can't be right. I can't eat all of this. Do you have takeaway so I can order this at home? Wow, I can't believe this. This is crazy. A truffled cheesecake. I hope it's the best one of my life. Wow, this is incredible. Wow. Oh my God, it's delicious. Cheese, the truffle. If I found out who made this, they can have all my money. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I could eat this with no teeth at all. It's very creamy. It has the right amount of truffle so you can taste it, but it's not overpowering. It's a 10 out of 10. If I finish this, I don't think I'll be able to eat the rest of the desserts. I'm going to finish it. I'm very full and I will have to burn this in the gym, but you only live once. Let's start with the desserts that are actually included in the contemporary menu. Here we have a peach in many textures. It also has almond and the seed of the peach made with white chocolate, which intrigues me. But let's try it with this spoon. Ooh, you can see all of it now. It has a controlled peach flavor, but I like the technique used in it. You have a crunchy part, a creamy yogurt part, small pieces of the peach. I can only say good things about it. I don't really get the leaf in this, but it's very good. Let's try the next one. Let's continue with another dessert, which is a recreation of a gianduja cake, which apparently is a cake that's made with hazelnut and chocolate. I can clearly see both elements in it. Let's try it. The cream is pure hazelnut. I also like the texture of the toasted hazelnut that's in here. We also have pieces of brownie, but they're pretty hard. In my opinion, the chocolate is too intense. It's a very pretty dish, and the chocolate tastes of peanut. It's very difficult for me to like a dessert with chocolate, but there's a lot of technique in it and it's pretty. Chocolate lovers would love this, but I'm not going to finish it. Look at everything we have here to finish this meal. Here we have a tea to digest all of this food, and here we have the petit fours. We have violet macaron, false cinnamon, muscatel plums, and passion fruit covered in chocolate. Last but not least, here we have the bill. How much will it cost to eat here in Deessa, the restaurant in the Oriental Mandarin Ritz by Quique Dacosta? Well, we already know that the total is 180 euros. And I want to remind you that if you like this type of videos and you want to continue watching me eat in Michelin Star restaurants, please subscribe to my channel and like the videos. By the way, if you are wondering about the cheesecake, here I have it to take it home with me and share it with my family. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.